Throughout history, women have played powerful roles in shaping faith, overcoming challenges, and demonstrating unwavering trust in God. The Bible is filled with stories of courageous, wise, and faithful women who inspire us today. In this video, we'll dive into the lives of 10 extraordinary women in the Bible, and how their stories can impact our own. Prepare to be inspired, because their stories are not just for women, but for every believer who desires to experience the power of God in a deeper way. We begin in the Garden of Eden, where God created Eve, the very first woman. Eve, the mother of all living. But her story, like ours, is not without its trials. We all know the story of the fall, a moment that changed the course of human history. Yet even in the midst of disobedience, God's enduring love and plan for redemption shone through. Eve's story, though marked by heartache, reminds us that even in our failures, God's grace is sufficient. Imagine waiting decades for a promise to be fulfilled. That was Sarah's reality. God promised her and Abraham a son, an heir to carry on their legacy. But as the years turned into decades, her faith wavered. At the age of 90, Sarah gave birth to Isaac, a testament to the unwavering power of God. Remember that God's timing is perfect, and his promises are always true. The sound of the Nile River, the desperate cries of her people, and a baby brother entrusted to her care, this was Miriam's world. Miriam wasn't just a protective older sister, she was a woman of courage and a gifted prophetess. She led the Israelite women in worship after their miraculous escape through the Red Sea. Her story reminds us that God uses ordinary people in extraordinary ways. Just like Miriam, let your life be a song of deliverance, praising God for his faithfulness every step of the way. Deborah, a woman of unwavering courage and wisdom, stands tall in the pages of Scripture. In a time when women were often relegated to the sidelines, she rose to become a judge in Israel, a leader chosen by God himself. She heard from God, she obeyed his voice, and she led her people with unwavering faith. Don't underestimate the power of a woman who hears from God and steps out in faith, for she can change the course of history. Ruth's story is a poignant reminder that God's love transcends borders and cultures. A Moabite woman, she chose loyalty, she chose love, she chose the God of her mother-in-law Naomi. Ruth's journey wasn't easy, but God honored her loyalty. He wove her story into the lineage of Jesus, a testament to the truth that he sees our hearts and honors our faithfulness. Hannah's story resonates deeply with every woman who has ever longed for a child. The pain of infertility, the whispers of doubt, the longing in her heart, they were all too real. Yet Hannah didn't allow her pain to drive her away from God. She poured out her heart to him in prayer, and God, in his perfect timing, heard her cry. He blessed her with Samuel, a son who would become one of Israel's greatest prophets. Esther's story unfolds like a dramatic novel filled with intrigue, courage, and the power of divine intervention. She was an orphan who rose to become queen, a young woman thrust into a position of influence. When her people, the Jews, faced annihilation, Esther found herself at a crossroads. "If I perish, she declared, her words echoing the courage that burned within her heart. Don't shy away from your God-given role, for he will use you just like he used Esther to make a difference in the world. Mary, a young woman from Nazareth, lived an ordinary life until she encountered the extraordinary. Imagine the angel Gabriel appearing before her, announcing that she would give birth to the Son of God. Yet Mary's response was one of humble surrender. Her willingness to say yes to God changed the course of history. For 12 long years she suffered. This woman, whose name we never learn, had spent all she had seeking a cure for her condition. Yet when she heard about Jesus, a spark of faith ignited within her heart. She believed that if she could just touch the hem of his garment, she would be healed. Her story reminds us that Jesus is still in the business of performing miracles. Mary Magdalene, a woman once tormented by demons, found freedom and new life in Jesus. She became one of his most devoted followers, her life a testament to the transformative power of his love. She was the first to the tomb on that resurrection morning, her heart filled with a mixture of grief and anticipation. And there she encountered the risen Christ. Mary Magdalene's story is a powerful reminder that death could not hold Jesus captive, and because of his resurrection we have hope that transcends this life. These 10 women were ordinary people who did extraordinary things through faith, courage, and obedience. They faced impossible odds, endured unimaginable pain, and emerged victorious because they placed their trust in a God who is bigger than any obstacle. Their stories still speak to us today, reminding us that God uses everyone, no matter their past or background, to fulfill His divine purpose. Which of these women inspires you the most? Let me know in the comments. And as you go about your day, remember their stories, embrace their faith, and step into the calling God has placed on your life.